Good evening, guys. Welcome to another edition of Chrissy's Kitchen. Today, I'm going to be making my version of lasagna. I hope you guys are doing well. And I'm going to show you what I put in my lasagna. And it's a little bit different from how the Italians make it, but I promise you it'll be just as delicious. I use ground turkey. I put veggies in my lasagna, so wash and cut up all vegetables. I use yellow and green squash, some carrot, and I got some broccoli. Of course, you got your season here, scallion thyme, onion, garlic, bell pepper. I don't have red bell peppers today. I use cheddar cheese, and I prefer cream cheese. I don't really like ricotta. That's what it really calls for. Spaghetti sauce, lasagna noodles, some seasoning salt, some Lawry's. I got some oregano, some Italian seasoning, parsley, some garlic powder, and some black pepper. And I got some Scotch bonnet pepper cut up here because I like mine to have a little kick. So you actually need 3 pots. Okay, so this one I'm gonna boil the lasagna noodles in for a little bit, and that one back there I'm going to saute my vegetables a little bit, and this one I'm gonna cook up my ground meat and my meat sauce in it. So here we go with the avocado oil. That's my favorite oil to cook with. Don't like put a lot of grease, but I'm gonna put some oil in this one, and I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in that one to just saute the vegetables a little bit. So now that I'm gonna wash off the ground meat, I'm gonna add it to the pot. Add it to the pot. And I just put some garlic in it. And I like to season up my ground meat and make it cook with the seasoning. It flavors better like that. Sprinkle some raw garlic and put some black pepper and some seasoning salt, the oregano and the Italian seasoning, and let it cook down a little bit. Then I'll add my onions and my bell pepper and my scallion later. Then now that it's coming together, I add my bell peppers and my onions, a choice of scallion in it. I forgot to say I put the thyme in as well. Some thyme in there. And I just leave this and it gone brown some more. May need to tip just a little bit of water in it. While that's going, I'm going to saute my vegetables. I'm gonna add the seasoning to the pot first. Just the rest of the onion and the scallion and the thyme and the garlic. That's what I put in here. veggies in here. Oh, and this is where I put the Scotch bonnet pepper in the vegetables when I'm sauteing it. This is where I put Scotchy. Add some Italian seasoning over here, so I cook to taste. I don't even be measuring. As you can see, I do this a lot, so I just know about how much to judge. But Italian seasoning, I'm gonna sprinkle some black pepper in this, and some seasoning salt, and some garlic powder. And it have the onion and the bell pepper them and scallion cut up at the bottom. Just gonna saute it a little bit. And just gonna mix up this a little bit. Just so it won't be so bland when you put it in between the pasta. You like to season it up and give the veggies a little bit of flavor. So I have it pan low. It's not that pan high at all because I don't want to burn it up. So while this is going over here, so this almost done cook. So I'm gonna add in the tomato sauce and make it cook down. Sorry if I said tomato, I meant the ragu, and this is special garden sauce. We can put the whole bottle in this. Throw in the tomato sauce, and I add a little bit of water to give it a little bit of juice, because I'm gonna need some of the juice to put at the bottom of the baking dish. So this is my meat. Throw in the sauce, meat well seasoned up. Vegetable over there, so I'll go on with its own little thing. And I really cook it for it cook. I just saute it enough for the seasoning get in it. And because once you put it in the oven, in between the pasta and the juices, it will steam to perfection. Cover this, let it go on cook a little bit. That's the meat sauce. While the meat is cooking, the meat sauce cooking, this saute, I'm gonna cut up the cream cheese in small little pieces because it's too soft to grate it, but so I cut it up really small. Now I'm gonna put in the pasta. I'll make it cook a little bit. Let's see. 3, I guess I'm gonna use 9 pieces. Just want more water. I'm gonna put some boiling water in it. Actually, about 11 pieces. I broke some of them in half. So while this will come to a little boil, this over here so bubble a little bit, and the cream cheese I cut it up in really small pieces so I could kind of make it evenly spread. And the cheddar cheese is already great, so this will be easy. We're coming up to the final steps. Oh, at this time you can preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So this will cook. So what you want to do is you want to put some sauce at the bottom of the pot before you put the first layer of pasta. So I make it have enough juice in it to put some sauce down at the bottom. And how I layer mine is I put the meat at the bottom and the veggies go on top. So come over here some more. Because I never want the pasta them cook too much. I'm going to just line the pot with the pasta. It's tricky, guys, because the pasta is hot. So you just line it, one layer of pasta, and then I'm going to layer in my meat on top next. So I'm going to put in my meat, and then I'm going to put cream cheese on top of the meat. Let's put it. Remember, you don't want it too dry in here because you have to have a little bit of juice to finish cooking the pasta. So that's why all this is here. Let's put the cheese everywhere. You know, the bottom here, so that way it evenly melt. Very fattening dish, but I offset the unhealthiness with the veggies. Cream cheese hard for work with because it's so soft, but it's gonna work today. Then I'm gonna put another layer of pasta. This time I have a piece them when I broke up. Cause them couldn't fit in other pot, so sometimes you have to break them up. And then after this layer of pasta, I'm going to put my veggies. Hold on. This is how it's coming together. I'm gonna put in the veggie up here, so, and then I'm going to put the rest of the meat sauce on top of the veggie, and then I'll add my cheddar cheese and the rest. Then I'll cover it again with some more pasta. I had enough sauce to put another layer of sauce with some cheese. Then I'm gonna put pasta and put some cheese on top of it with the rest of the sauce in the pot because I still have some sauce. So I'm gonna just put some pasta on top and cover it with some meat and cheese on the top. Not a whole lot, just to keep it moist at the top, but enough juices in between for this to cook for about 45 minutes in the oven that's already preheated on 350. And I will show you the end product when it's done. Don't forget to cover it with foil paper to bake it. It is a lot of work, but it's a very delicious dish. And yes, the cleanup is real. Decision, which side to cut it from. I think I'm gonna go in a way, so you want to use one of these, cut it, and make sure, cut it. It's going to fall apart, so make sure, put the plate right, let's have to catch it. Here we go. Ah, that's a lot. I'm not gonna eat all that, but I just wanted to show you guys how it look when it come out.